this historic Capitol. I was like, wow. And you know what surprised me that day? Was there was a woman with no arms and no legs just rolling around the Capitol with her Trump stuff on. I was like, yo, like how you even get in there? Like, damn, they had to help you. Like
Hi, welcome to the Progressive Perspective. I'm Basil. I'm here with Collin, Crystal, and Brad. Happy MLK Day. Just some housekeeping here on the Progressive Perspective. We're trying to make it more of a report deal. We didn't have a whole lot of prep time. This is kind of off the fly for this one, but in the future we'll be doing more like a Daily Show prep type of thing. Tonight we're talking about Biden's inauguration and a little bit about the riots, or maybe more about the riots. I don't know. Biden's inaugurating, going in on Wednesday. Trump is skipping the inauguration, which I think is for the best. And we're also talking about impeachment. So he might get impeached, which is kind of a little late, but has consequences. If he gets impeached in the Senate, he won't be able to run again in 2024. He'll be barred from running for any political office ever again, which is very exciting. I kind of want to discuss why do you guys think Republicans are going in on the Senate, or there's potential that they could?
what do you mean?
So why do you think Republicans are going along with it?
Oh, so I like, first of all, the first 100 days of a presidency is so pivotal and so important. And right now we have a Democratic controlled House and Senate. But Mitch McConnell could bog down the first 100 days of Joe Biden's presidency with this impeachment hearing. He can drag it out and he can postpone it. He can wait for the $1,400 stimulus package that people are supposed to be getting that he promised if people won Georgia. And so like all this stuff that he needs to push through Congress could just get put on a back burner, and Republicans could just sit here and focus on this impeachment hearing and drag it out for months. Like what did the last one took like 27 days? It took like a month for it to go through the Senate and the hearings, and it just bogged down the Senate for a long time. And I'm not too clear about the rules of the Senate, but I think they can just only have one thing going through the Senate at a time or something or another. I'm not too familiar with it, but I know that it can be very counterproductive, but also at the same time, I could see Mitch McConnell wanting to seize power of the Republican Party. Right now, Trump is vulnerable.
Yeah.
And he is going out of office, and so Republicans need to rally behind somebody or something. And Mitch McConnell is like probably playing politics and wants to be that guy. And him severing Trump's head he would be the face of the Republican Party as it sits.
Yeah.
So like I could see that. So there's a little bit of pros and cons with both, but I'm not too sure how I feel about the impeachment cutting into Biden's first 100 days, which are so pivotal to the new administration rolling out new programs, implementing new policy. And so that $1,400 check that he promised us is gonna be put on he said 2,000, but but it's definitely gonna push that farther back. As terms of rolling that out.
Yeah, I have a few theories. One, Collin hit on real good. Well, McConnell wants control back of the Republican Party. Right now, Donald Trump is still the most powerful person in the entire party. He's got that thing with an ironclad death grip. And if he's not allowed to run for president again, that could very well change. Remember, Republicans, all they really care about is power. Another reason is they're probably legitimately furious about him inciting a riot in the friggin' on Capitol Hill. I know Lindsey Graham, who's just the biggest Trump cocksucker you could friggin' find. I know he was pretty pissed. There was a report where he was like screaming at his staff, "Why isn't he picking up the phone? Why won't he call? Why is he saving us? Like, you idiot. He doesn't give a shit about you." Another reason is they're clearing the way for a new Republican in 2024. If Donald Trump runs in 2024, he's got that nomination locked up. Their base is just firmly behind him. Donald Trump is legitimately popular amongst Republicans. And they might want Josh Hawley in there. They might want, and there's a lot of Republican hopefuls in the Senate, like Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, but they don't want, I don't think they're going to convict him in the Senate. First off, I don't think that's going to happen.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah. They're just too chicken shit. They're just way too chicken shit. They want to position themselves as the next Trump, the rightful successor to that hateful base. And they won't do that by voting to convict. They might want that to happen so he can't run in 2024, but they themselves will not do it.
Yeah, like the problem was that the Republicans married themselves to Trump and his popularity, because he is a populist right candidate. And that popularity, a lot of people are like clout chasing, like, okay, he's got all this popularity. If I align myself with him, even though it may not seem logical or right to support him, they will, because they want his base. Like, Trump's base is so, like entwined, and it's so like, Kool-Aid drinking, and they don't want all of, so like what they want is his voters. They don't want Trump, but they want his voters, and they've married himself. Everybody in the House and Senate married him to himself, and that cost them the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And I don't know why they're still catering to his base, but like, it's definitely better political minds than me will probably think of some creative way to handle the impeachment going through the Senate. Like, either they're going to sever the head off of the snake and it's just going to be a wrap, and they're going to upset his base and just ride it out and sing Kumbaya, or they're just going to be married to his base and his voters. And it's just, I don't know.
Well, Republicans during my lifetime, in contrast to the Democrats, actually care about their base and actually try to represent their base. Their base is terrible, and they want despicable, hateful shit, but that they try to bring that. They don't, not on economic issues. They don't help them on economic issues because they go to please their donors. But you want to hate black people? I'll hate black people. You want to hate immigrants? You want to demonize the poor? We'll do that all day. Don't worry about that. But don't you dare ask for a fucking raise. But the Democrats never really try to cater to the base, ever.
Yeah. So that reminds me. So like the woman that is, I don't know if she is a House representative for the state or whatever, but she stormed the Capitol and got arrested. I can't remember what her name.
Laura Boehmer?
Yeah, she got arrested. She
tweeted out Nancy Pelosi's location during the riot.
Like, that's got to be attempted murder. Like, what?
It has to be.
What is your intentions behind that?
It's like, these people can't be trusted. They have to be. That's expellable at the very least.
I don't know. What do you think about everything that we've talked about so far, Crystal?
I don't know. I think part of me wants to think that, like, because who was it that like gave them tours of the state capitol before the insurrection?
I think that was
Lauren.
also Laura Boomer.
Yeah. And so I think, I don't know. I totally think that they're a bunch of idiots for one. I don't get it. Like, I went to a meeting the other day and I walked in and there was one person's like, you know what? We should be able to go into the Capitol for free, or no, go into the Capitol. Let's storm the Capitol and take back our government. And I'm like, you know,
It's so weird. These people, they're like rioting without a cause. What's their cause? I want Trump to be king. They don't want health care. They don't want a living wage. They don't want name like one like priority. They just want Trump to stay in power. It's just
justice, anything. Yeah.
A lot of them are viewing, they're saying that the election was fraudulent, and they're calling Biden's presidency a coup d'etat. So they feel like that's the reason. They feel like they're saving the country, that they're like up or something.
And
where would we be without them? Really how they feel right now. I drove by the Capitol in our state, and they had the National Guard and they had lots of state troopers over there. And I mean, I didn't see anybody protesting out there, but it's like, just what stage of grief is it when people are still outside with their Trump flags and
Definitely not the acceptance stage.
yeah, not the one we like.
The denial stage.
Yeah, I think
I saw in the news that there was like one or two people out there, and it was like, well, shit, maybe this whole deplatforming them thing works. They can't friggin' organize like they were able to. But it's really interesting that now they take it seriously. Now they take protecting the Capitol seriously.
Hold on. You made a perfect point. I'm curious to know what you think about them taking Donald Trump, the president of the United States, off of all social media platforms. Yeah.
So at first, early on in his presidency, I was like, keep him on. He could admit to like so many shitty crimes, and then we get him. And then he admitted to so many friggin' crimes, like, consistently, and it never really led to anything. By like 2018, I was like, frig it, get him off there. Like, there's so much negativity that I can attribute directly to Donald Trump's Twitter account. I'm cool with him. If your First Amendment rights stop at inciting violence.
This is
it. And Twitter isn't a government agency, so they're a private business. They can do whatever the fuck they want. That's capitalism.
Yeah, that's how I was like, so somebody was trying to say that, it's First Amendment, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, he can say whatever he wants, but like, I'm sure, I mean, at least I know for myself, I go to Facebook jail if I say anything bad. So, it's not just him that's getting their First Amendment right taken.
You can't yell bomb on an airplane. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. We have limits on our amendment rights that are reasonable. And inciting a riot is a good limit on that. The president should not be able to do that.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on them taking them off their platforms, Brad?
I agree with the decision. I'm not no one is really a fan of censorship. But like Basil was saying, you have to draw a line somewhere. And I feel like inciting a riot at the state capitol is a good place to draw the line. It probably should have been drawn a little sooner. So yeah, and I just find it kind of comical too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank God.
yeah, I know that I am in a flat minority with my beliefs or what I think. You know, I know that my views are like not as progressive or left or whatever, you know. So like me, I personally do not approve of the like kicking them off the platform. And now here's where I draw the problem. My problem is that why isn't it taking these private entities to hold him accountable for his actions and not the system that's in place? So if it's illegal, you know what I mean? Let him spout all this illegal shit online all day, every day, and incriminate the fuck out of himself or incriminate himself. And then let the law do its course. If it is, you know what I mean? Like, and to me, it shouldn't fall on private companies to hold the president of the United States accountable for his actions, because now politics is getting in the way of, you know, people doing their job or somebody upholding the rule of law, you know, because politics are in their way. He's the president of the United States. That's this, you know what I mean? And now it's become so politicized that even enacting or enforcing a law can be considered Democrat, like you're a Democrat or you're
considered partisan. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It shouldn't be a partisan issue whether you follow the law or not, you know, like, and as far as taking them off the platforms, I think it's a little far, like, you know, like it's so like, let's say like, this is going to make me sound like a right wing nut job. Okay. So like, let's say that police are actively targeting like black people and poverty, people that are poor and this and that. And the people start organizing and pushing back. You know what I mean? Like the whole First Amendment right was was designed to overthrow a government when it is, you know what I mean, not serving its people. And now I see that now, instead of a government controlling the people or the tyrannic government doing this, it is private companies, tyrannic fucking private companies now impeding on this. And then now how can the people organize, stand together and fight against this? And now they're fighting a corporate, a private company instead of a tyrannic government. You know what I mean? And so like, it's just like, it just baffles me that this is the world that we come to. This is the reality that we live in. It should not, like what you were saying, it should not be a bipartisan issue or a partisan issue to uphold the rule of law. Like,
but,
you know what I mean?
But unfortunately, that's the world we live in. Donald Trump admitted to perjury. I remember this. He admitted to perjury when, who was his old attorney general? Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions was on trial in the Senate, and Donald Trump on Twitter admitted to perjury, and then like later on said that tweet was written by my lawyer. It doesn't matter if it was written by your lawyer. That's still super perjury, you idiot. And there are no consequences on that because apparently you can't indict a sitting president, which is dumb.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna because there's been talk about him trying to pardon himself before. Do you think he's going to
He'll try. He'll try. But he can't pardon himself on state charges, and he still has state charges in New York.
Oh, yeah. They cut off all contracts with Trump.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I want to kind of get back on topic here. So Biden's inauguration, do you think there's going to be violence? And if so, how much?
You go first, Brad.
I don't know. I guess it's hard to say. I think there will be some, yeah. To what extent, I don't know. Hopefully minimal. I don't know. Things could get bad.
See, but the fact that you're phrasing it like that, we're sitting on a powder keg in this country.
Yeah, we really are.
right wingers in this country have been radicalized to the point where I honestly cannot say whether or not they're going to go to an inauguration of a U.S. president and open fire. I honestly don't know whether or not that's something that they wouldn't do. I know that's on the table. As far as them getting to Biden, no, they're not going to get to Biden. They have too much security, but are some people going to die? Probably.
More than likely. Yeah.
Because that's how bad it's gotten. People have been radicalized to the point where they'd applaud this kid from Illinois going into a crowd and shooting people, and most of the Republican base thinks that kid's a hero. That breaks my heart.
Free Kyle.
Oh,
Stop the steal.
Yeah.
MAGA. I don't know. It really makes me sad. This is the first year that I've ever voted, and I'm definitely glad that I made a right choice on who I voted for. But just to see things unfolding before my eyes the first time that I have ever gotten to vote is just really sad.
Yeah. Yeah. So where were you guys when you heard about the riot?
I was on my way home from work, had a long drive back from Net Lake, way up north by Canada. And I didn't really, I didn't realize that it was as bad as it was. And like I was telling Collin, we should go get cigars to celebrate the Georgia runoff. And then I got to his house and then like started looking on Facebook, and it was like, whoa, things like bad things are really happening in Washington, D.C. right now.
Shit's going down.
Yeah, I feel like they should have, like, I feel like everybody kind of knew that something was going to happen. Like, why wasn't security vamped up? You know, I don't know.
Well, to quote Rage Against the Machine, some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. I fucking love that band. Oh my God.
But I think I was here. I think I was at my house having really bad internet connection. So like I watched the news over my Roku, and so I was only getting glimpses of it. But yeah, because I don't really leave my house anymore.
I was walking around my work. I work at the casino, and so in this one section there's a TV on with Fox News. And I saw Capitol Hill riot. Right wingers storm the Capitol building. I'm like, of course they do. Oh my God, I'm not surprised at all. Like we live in the friggin' Twilight Zone. Every day is like an episode of South Park. Of course this happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I didn't understand it at first. Okay, so like I was living in glee. I was just like, wow, the House, the Senate, and the presidency, like, you know, and Deb Haaland is nominated Secretary of Interior, and I was just like basking and all of these just winning. I was just loving it. And
getting tired of winning.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of winning. Bernie Sanders is budget committee chair. Like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean?
Did you hear what Pete Stauber is saying about Deb Haaland?
I drafted a letter. That's another thing we should probably get on or whatever. But so like this watching, so like I didn't understand it. I'm just like excited and happy, and I'm seeing all of this, like, you know what I mean, winning all across the board on everything, up and down the races. Stacey Abrams handing Georgia over the Senate over to Democrats, you know what I mean, and like learning a story about her and just all this stuff. I'm just like, wow, this is really good. Then I seen this stuff happen on the I wasn't even looking right. I was totally looking left. And then all of a sudden they're storming the Capitol and they're screaming mega. And they're just like, it was just like, what? I was like, what is this? And then it kept getting worse. I was like, no way. No way. And so like, and then it dawned on me like, okay, so if you are the party of power that flaunts power, loves power, chases power, rigs systems in your favor so you can hold power, and it's a game of chess and power, and you just lost all the power in the presidency, the House, and the Senate. You just lost everything. You know what I mean? And I realized that this is the dying screams trying to hold on to the last little bit of power that they have in this country, you know, and I was just like, wow, like I guess I thought they would just go out without a fight and you know what I mean, relinquish power over and then seeing the distorted capital, I was like, wow. And you know what surprised me that day? Was there was a woman with no arms and no legs just rolling around the Capitol with her Trump stuff on. I was like, yo, like how you even get in there? Like, damn, they had to help you. Like, I was just like, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, tell me there's some assistance in there somewhere. Like, it's just nuts.
Yeah, and when it's all happening, you don't know like what's happening in the building. Like I was afraid, oh shit, are they gonna find someone that I really like and like execute them? Because that's totally what they do. If they had the chance, they'd totally execute Bernie or like someone important. They were gonna hang Mike Pence. There was a significant. That's amazing. They were going to hang Trump's vice president because they thought he was a traitor for accepting the results of the election. They were looking for Lindsey Graham. They were just looking to start shit.
No, that's kind of really actually terrifying because my boss, he is one of the many people that they're ready. They want a civil war. Like, the amount of times I've heard my boss say, like, I hope there's a civil war so I can start murdering Democrats. And I'm like, dude, you're fucking scaring me, man. And he means it. And it's scary, dude. It's almost laughable, but it's scary because there are a lot of people out there that they would execute like Bernie, or, you know, if they could get away with it, they would start shooting Democrats. Scary.
Yeah, there was some lady that just the Proud Boys stopped her in the street and asked her who she voted for, and she told them that she didn't vote for Trump, and they beat the crap out of her, ripped her wig off, and beat the crap out of her.
We have to talk about like just general radicalization and disinformation. That's a topic for another podcast. But I don't know what the fallout from impeachment. There's going to be a massive fracture within the Republican Party. That fracture's kind of already happened because of the Senate accepting the results of the election. Trump's base is like, no, Trump won, man. He won, man. I don't know what they're going to fucking do. But whatever it is, it's going to be batshit crazy.
Yeah, so I was like, to be honest, and hopefully, like, I didn't think that Trump was going to make it 4 years. Like, I knew the amount of people that flat out just didn't like Trump, and a lot of minorities, like, you know what I mean, because of what he represents, and you know, like. And so, like, I honestly, and then there was like something about Iran putting up $80 million. You remember something like that? It was like Iran, he killed their general, and they put up $80 million. And I was like, damn, you know, that I can call in the big leagues right there. You know, like somebody could probably get him a mile away or something. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, I honestly thought with the amount of hate and everything that was stirred up during that he did rise to power, I was like, there's no way, like, with what crazy as things are, that he's going to make it 4 years, like, and the stuff that he's doing. Now, here we are 4 years later, and now here comes Biden, and these people just feel like they are disenfranchised. Their vote don't count. They should have won the election, and they're all gun owners or wannabe gun owners or whatever. And now here comes Joe Biden coming in with his, what is it, Build Back Better and Unite the Nation talk and blah, 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 whatever like that.
These people. These people.
Yeah. And none of this is even going to matter because there's this group of people are, feel disenfranchised for once in their life. You know what I mean? Like I'm a minority. I've been disenfranchised and silenced my whole life. You know what I mean?
I'm actually disenfranchised. Nothing's gonna fucking change for them. Like,
yeah, and so like now Biden getting in there for once, I'm actually just as worried about the repercussions of the propaganda that was out there and spread about him, the radical being controlled by the radical left and blah, 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 blah. How many people drink the Kool-Aid and are like, I must serve, you know what I mean, the greater good and take this man out,
well, I'm a broken record on this. The Democrats are chicken shit coward losers. I was born in 96. They've been chicken shit coward losers my whole life. They don't represent anything. There's a huge ideological vacancy in the Democratic Party for most of my life. And Bernie really changed that. The platform in 2014, anyone remember what it was? It was protecting Obamacare and protecting abortion rights and sitting on our ass. They didn't care about anything. And so now we got to actually care about stuff, and them just sitting on their ass and not addressing the problems that exist has allowed these people to just, no one's going to friggin' help me. Well, screw you. You're all child molesters.
It's like they just put blinders up whenever they want. They just, they're like, if I can't see it, it doesn't exist. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Pizzagate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like conspiracy theory propaganda about, what was it, Hillary Clinton or something?
Hillary Clinton and John Podesta are running a child sex ring outside of this pizza shop in Washington.
Or something, pizza place, yeah.
Yeah, and so a guy goes in there and threatens to murder the owner, and they arrest him.
Yeah, he fired shots. He didn't hurt anybody, but he fired his gun though.
Yeah, and that, I believe that is small potatoes compared to what they believe.
How friggin' gullible can you be?
Yeah.
And the biggest conspiracies always have a tiny nugget of truth. Jeffrey Epstein was running this big child sex ring, and Jeffrey Epstein is closely linked to Bill Clinton, and he's also linked to Donald Trump, but they choose to ignore that. And so there's something there, and it is suspicious that Bill Clinton was kind of friends with Jeffrey Epstein. I have no friggin' intention to protect Bill Clinton. Fuck Bill Clinton. But if you ask your average QAnon supporter, every elected Democrat is part of this child sex ring. All these
only Democrats.
Yes. And Donald Trump is the one person trying to save all these people. And
what the
with his 26 allegations, but
yeah, it feels like almost every child molester that's been come out in public for the past year or so turns out to be this huge QAnon supporter. It's so it's so, I don't want to be accused of this, so I'm accusing other people of that.
Mm-hmm. Deflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you guys see that the cranberry juice guy is going to be at the inauguration parade.
You mean the My Pillow guy?
No, the cranberry juice, the one that was on a skateboard.
420 dog face Snapchat.
Yeah. I didn't see that, but is he?
Yeah, he's going to be in the parade with the, that saying did the Fleetwood Mac song.
Nice.
Of course he is.
Yeah. And Lady Gaga is going to sing the national anthem.
She's a queen. Love Lady Gaga.
No.
Yeah, that'll help Biden. We're running out of time here. Collin, Brad, Crystal, thanks for coming. I don't know what's going to happen on Wednesday.
I'm excited for it, but scared at the same time.
Yeah, I'm like walking on eggshells and shit when I should be celebrating. We're not going to have this clown motherfucker as a president anymore. I'm glad.
Now we just need to do away with all the hatred.
Yeah, but at the same time, Donald Trump's base is still sticking around. They're not going nowhere. They're still dangerous. They're still out there. And losing power is only going to embolden them or make them even more.
Donald Trump is leaving office with a 34% approval rating, and only 18% of the Republican base, of just the Republicans alone, believe that the storm on the Capitol was justified. So only 18% of Republicans.
Where'd you get that number?
It was
justified. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking because I know there's some stats on however many percent of most Republicans think that it was Biden who was responsible for the Capitol riot.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just gone completely mental.
Antifa.
And it was Antifa that started that inside.
I just don't understand. I don't understand why, Antifa, if you're anti-fascist, don't we want to be anti-fascist? Donald Trump, I'm just super confused.
Okay, communist.
So bad to be anti-fascist.
I think Profa is worse than Antifa. But.
Or what about the person that had the "Don't Tread on Me" sign and got trampled to death?
No.
You guys hear about that?
The irony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Collin. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Crystal. Join us next time. Peace.
Peace.
And